Welcome to the Cosmic Download for October 2016. I'm Anna Francesca Celestino.
And I'm Simone Butler.
Well, we are delighted to be here with you today. Simone and I have been comparing notes, and I was really surprised at how much overlap there was in what we both saw for this month.
Me too.
So we've got a lot to share with you. Before we get started, we wanted to tell you about a couple opportunities that are coming up this month. And I just want to say, I know sometimes it sounds like maybe we're selling things, and of course we all need money to live. But the fact of the matter is that what Simone and I offer, we try and tailor to what's going on, what the currents are, what's happening in the heavens, and offering you tools that will support you in making the most of that. So that said, I want to let you know that if you missed my live timeout webinar last weekend, you get a chance to create your vision because the replay will be out. You have until October 8th to watch it, and then it comes down. If you feel like you're just too busy to stop and listen to your inner guidance, if you're tired of being in an unfulfilling relationship or maybe no relationship, you want to get out of the rat race and do work you love, if you just want to get unstuck, then attend the free 1-hour timeout webinar. I'm going to share with you the shift system that I use with my coaching clients in my 90-day program. You're going to assess and prioritize your life. You're going to create a powerful vision from the heart, and you're going to be able to connect with what's been stopping you and learn how to shift it. So lots of great information, and you're going to see how that fits into what's happening this month as we get into it today. And Simone, I think you had something you were going to offer as well.
Right. I decided that because we have two really powerful new moons bookending this month, we have one actually, we're recording this on the 30th of September, and this is the new moon in Libra. And then we have another new moon at the end of October on the 30th, which coincides with what I call the Witch's New Year. It's a power time. These two themes, the Libra theme is love, and the Scorpio theme is money and power and wealth. These are what we all want to know about, right? And so I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to do a special on my snapshot reading, the short reading that I do, which is normally $95, and so I'm offering it for only $62. So you can find out what's being triggered in your chart by these powerful new moons, and moving forward, especially with the wealth new moon, which is, in many traditions, especially the Celtic tradition, it is the new year. So this really dovetails with what Anna and I were seeing for the month of October, which is that this is the month to team up with your tribe or with a significant other, whether it's somebody you're already with or somebody new. But yes, it is the love new moon, and that colors most of the month, and that's because not only is the sun in Libra, but Jupiter, lucky Jupiter, is in Libra for the first time in 12 years. And the combination of those two, which gets triggered at the new moon and continues through the month, makes it an ideal time to, I won't say find your soulmate necessarily, although some people may, if other factors line up in your chart, but certainly it is an excellent time to meet new people and join forces and compare notes and do joint ventures and things of this sort to get your tribe behind you and to brainstorm ideas. Libra's an air sign, so it's very much about the mind. And we don't have any real, no eclipses, no planetary stations like we just had with Mercury and Pluto where things were so intense. So October is kind of a month of a certain amount of relief and an ability to kind of regroup, take stock, and get ready with that Scorpio new moon at the end of the month to kind of birth yourself into something new. So, Anna, tell us what you saw.
Yeah, well, I feel like we're on the same track here. This month what I saw is that this is a culmination of a lot of shifts and changes that have been taking place in our lives. The image I got was a lot of loose threads being tied together into a knot, so sort of wrapping things up. And I feel like this month that there's going to be a certain clarity that's available for us to really find resolution to things that we've been struggling with. I think some things that we've been wanting to make decisions about are going to get clear for us. We're going to have a sense of the direction that we're going to go. And so I think that you'll be able to find some comfort in knowing just that you've found some resolution. You don't necessarily have to take action this month. I think that's coming with what Simone was talking about with the new year that starts at the end of the month. That's sort of that rebirthing of the new self. So I don't think you have to worry about taking action on these things, but I think the fact that there's clarity is going to be a comfort. And this is why the webinar that I'm talking about, where you can create your vision, start making a plan, this is really good timing for that. Simone, you were saying that there's not a lot going on in terms of retrogrades and that kind of thing. What I saw about that is that this is really a great month for self-care. Life's been really challenging with all the things going on over the last while, and so I've got a couple things that I'll come back to that I think would be great for you to do this month as a way of self-care. And I also got this piece that, Simone, you were talking about as far as your tribe. And what I'm seeing is that there's going to be a lot of revelation this month, personal revelation, and you're not alone. So ask your friends what's changing for them. What did they see? What did they get clear about so that you can join together and help each other, support each other to make those changes?
Definitely. And I also wanted to mention that the full moon, which is happening on October 16th, is very much about the balance between yourself and others, and specifically freedom, because that full moon is connected to Uranus, the planet of freedom, in Aries. And so Aries and Libra, that's that full moon, and it's about self versus others. In order to really join properly with others, we need to have clarity on ourselves and what we want and need. And so what I'm recommending as my what to do for the month, do some kind of an arts or crafts project that is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. I just did something like this. I got one of those funny-looking pumpkins at Trader Joe's. It wasn't very pretty, but I loved it, and I didn't know why, but I had to have it. And so I brought it home, and all of a sudden I went wild with a craft project, got out my hot glue gun and started gluing costume jewelry and rhinestones and all kinds of things on it. And it's still a little funny-looking, but by God, it's me, and I feel so happy about it. There's nothing like a little art therapy, and now that we're in Libra, that is the ideal thing to be doing. And we have Halloween, All Hallows Eve, Samhain, as it's called in the Celtic path, approaching. So it is a perfect time, whether it's a costume that you want to create or get together for that holiday, something you can wear that's a reflection of who you're becoming, or a pumpkin you want to carve. That would be my recommendation on one way to use this energy creatively.
I love that. For me, I think we've been overworking our brains for the last while, trying to sort and figure and calculate and make sense of. And so for this month, what I'm suggesting, I have three things. First thing is stop thinking. Give your brain a rest. Watch funny movies, laugh with friends, just taking some breaks and letting your mind just relax. The second thing is what I'm calling create a dream machine. And the idea is to really let your imagination go and let your mind kind of move beyond the limits of reality. So create a fantasy board, put things up there that you'd like to see happen, and just take off any restrictions. So maybe it's superpowers you'd like to have or places you'd like to live. Just let your imagination go free and expand beyond the boundaries of what's realistic and what's possible. I'm saying it's like yoga for the brain. And then the last thing is just find some inspiration. So find a book, a quote, a phrase, something that inspires you this month, and put it up and help yourself really stay in that positive place. That's all I've got. That was quite a bit this month.
Yes, and please do contact me, email me if you want to know what's going on in your chart this month, because you just never know what might be getting triggered by these really powerful new moons.
Simone, I definitely want to get my reading from you. And again, the timeout webinar to help you assess and prioritize your life, create your vision, find out what's been stopping you, that's going to be up until October 8th, and then it comes down. I guess that's it. We're going to have a fun month playing with our imagination and doing arts and crafts stuff, and we'll see you next month.
Bye-bye.